Hi Taurus, it's Athena. Welcome back to my channel. And Happy New Year. Oh my gosh, how exciting. It's very exciting. We're getting into a new decade. Let's sit back and enjoy the ride. I printed out some lyrics to a song that I feel is going to be beneficial for everyone for the month. I'm sorry, not the month. This is completely 2020. For the year for all signs, the song is by John Lennon, Imagine. I'm just going to read a couple of lines. No, actually, more than a couple. I'm just going to read a little of it. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one. That is for the complete year of 2020 for each and every sign. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to start your reading, but this reading is going to be much longer. The messages are going to be a lot more than a usual reading. I am incorporating a longer reading for each and every one of you, not only to thank you, but also to give you a year reading as well. Okay? All right. Taurus, this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Taurus. Sorry, those are my doggies. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is for the month of January coming into the year 2020. Taurus, you're going to be speaking up a lot. You're going to be speaking up a lot for yourself. My dogs are barking like crazy. So what does that mean to me? That means that you will be speaking up a lot this month. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, Taurus, let's continue. I'm going to move the camera down and let's get started with your readings. Okay. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. One more shuffle to clear the energy of my doggies barking. But I do feel like you're going to be really standing your ground and sticking up for yourself this January. Okay, Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, let's see what's happening for Taurus. Taurus. You have not seen something coming. You're not privy to some information, but you will be in the month of January. It's coming out. So something that's unknown to you is going to be illuminated for you to see. And that will allow you to... You may be seeing a different side of somebody, or you're showing a different side of yourself to others. Maybe you're changing. Maybe this is also finally grasping the balance of yin and yang, right? Yin and yang. masculine and feminine, balancing it out and not knowing that like it's finally happened, where your masculine and feminine is balanced out. Or it could also be someone's showing you a different side of them that you have not seen before, or it could be you. All right, let's see what else comes out here, okay? Because it's something that now is going to be shown to you. You're going to be illuminated by this. See, you're going to change your perspective about somebody because you're going to see someone in a different light. That's what I'm getting right off the bat. You're seeing someone from a whole different perspective, and or they're seeing you from a whole different perspective, okay? So someone's becoming very enlightened about maybe who you are as a person and how you do, what beliefs you do have as an individual, right? And they could be changing so that you're now flowing, you're going with the flow more because you're balancing out the yin and the yang. The Knight of Coins in reversed. The Knight of Coins being the slowest knight of all. So you've been waiting for this information, whatever it is, to be illuminated about either you or someone else. And it's been taking a long time, but now it's coming. It's coming and it's being revealed. So whatever was not being revealed is now coming out in the open for you to see, which will ultimately change either your idea of someone or them of you. Okay? All right, let's continue. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Rebirth. Yep. Someone's shedding the old ways, the old beliefs, the old way of perceiving things. You're seeing things like completely different now, Taurus. In the month of January, you're going to take a whole new look at others and like how they're showing up in your life, what that means to you. And you're going to be, and or you are going through this completion of the dark night of the soul, which ultimately will then balance you out, right? It balances you out. Here's the moon illuminated behind you, and then here it is like front and center, right? Illumination of the old dying away for the new balanced you to come into play. And some people don't see it coming, right? And you've been going through it for a bit, right? You've been going through it for a little while. But it's better to go through it and then finally be complete. The completion. Hearing weird sounds here in your reading. Interesting. Okay, let me move this a little over so we can get more cards. So you are completing now a cycle of balancing out who you are, because this is also a balance, right? This takes balance to do a headstand, right? If we're looking at it from that perspective, right? If we look at things from a different perspective, we get a chance to visually see yourself and others through the lenses of nuance, a new day, a new enlightened way of seeing things. This has kind of been part of the role that you have been, the role that you are now playing is coming in now for you, where others are going to see you in a different light, and or you're going to be seen balancing yourself out now. You have found a balance in a situation as well. You have found, like, if you look at things differently, then now you don't have that the questioning of yourself. The illumination is coming out of why you do the things you do, how you make your decisions based upon the rebirth. You're going to be changing all of that. How you think, I'm hearing explore different avenues and different ways of being. You're exploring doing things differently, saying things differently. Your behavioral patterns are changing. Okay. Let's get more here. A Tower moment. So something out of the blue. So something needs to end, and it will, because the Death card's here. Something shocking ends. Something that you didn't see coming is ending. And or someone sees someone's true colors and then puts a halt to, like out of the blue, people just wake up one day and say, oh my God, that Taurus is completely not the same person as I thought. So you may feel that about others too. So that your perspective, your image out of the blue is going to change. Like people are not going to see you making the same decisions, going with the flow of the same ways of doing things. I'm also feeling this big time right here. I'm feeling that someone is not going, if you have been gambling, you're going to stop gambling. Are you gambling with your life? Are you in terms of like, we all gamble with our lives, right? We make decisions based upon that gamble. But maybe you're putting that to rest. Maybe now instead of the gambling part and, you know, or someone else someone's not taking a chance on gambling something that is solid, that is secure, that is balanced for something else that comes out of the blue. So someone may be saying, you know, you look a lot different than, like I'm dealing, it doesn't feel like I'm dealing with the same person here. So someone has come to the conclusion that just out of the blue, either you're not the same person and you're not going to gamble your relationship away for something that's an option for money, right? You're not going to gamble away your successful balancing of your life for another. You're definitely needing to balance out a situation so that whatever ending is going to end, it won't be abrupt. It will be, if there's an ending to a relationship, it has been slow in coming. If you're allowing it or not allowing it, this Tower moment to happen, it may or may not happen. Let's see what the next card is here for Taurus. Oh yeah, see? So you're going to get someone coming from out of the blue. Out of nowhere, someone comes into your life, Taurus, for some of you. Out of nowhere, someone comes into your life that you thought was dead and gone. You thought the relationship was over, done, and it wasn't. And so out of the blue, someone comes out and says, hey, look, I know we're different. I know we're really different, but you complete me, kind of. I know that sounds corny, but look, the star here, the star here, these cards emulate each other. So you may be involved with someone who's completely different than you, and it balances you out as a person as well. And the illumination is it comes out of the blue. You didn't see it coming, and it's a blessing. Definitely a blessing. And you're trying to balance out how you feel about this relationship. And you're not going to gamble it away. Like maybe in the past you took advantage of relationships on so many levels of taking advantage of. I'm not saying in a bad way, okay? I'm saying that you might have opted to end this relationship that's coming here, that's coming out of the blue because of your differences versus your similarities, right? Because even so, it's still a mirror. It's still a mirror here. And there's great love for one another. Interesting that these cards replicate one another completely. Okay? All right. So, someone comes out of the blue that you thought was a relationship that was never going to work. You thought, and you're not, you probably came to the understanding that something was just gone. It couldn't take off. And here it is coming at you. Okay, bottom of the deck, Four of Wands, which is your home life, your family life. Maybe you've decided this is not something I would normally do, but I'm going to ask this person to move in with me. It's 11-11. The 4 is 2 and 2. Not also to mention the 2 and 2 of 2020, the year is a number 4, right? So 2 is an 11 and a 2 is an 11. So this year, a lot of soul counterparts are going to be uniting. Now, it also could mean the balancing of relationships will be significant for many this year. Balancing out our lives is going to be huge for the year in general because we have 2 2s playing on each other. We're also looking at, which I'll say, 2 2s, right? Building something, building peace of mind, peace, right? I know it sounds corny, but it's just coming to me. So this could also be your godsend of bringing a relationship that you didn't think was ever coming back to you, Taurus. And it comes back to you front and center because it's about 2-2. It's about to flourish. It's about to flourish. Okay. So you have, here's another 4, you guys. You have 2 4s, and the 4 being the master number of the year 2020. You're all about stability, home life, relationship, moving in together, becoming a couple for sure, right? You're holding on to your money. Maybe you're going to buy a house. Maybe you're still not there yet. You're planning this. The money's coming in slow, but you're still saving. Maybe you're selling a property. All right, now we have a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. If this is in your chart, in your natal chart, then this could be you still. Taurus with, Libra moon, right? You could be a Taurus sun or a Libra rising, whatever. Apply it if you will. If not, then this is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that is very significant in this dynamic. Okay, let me put the cards down so we can show you. I can continue the reading. Okay, so this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is all about speaking the truth, communicating issues of what? Is someone holding on to information that isn't being spoken? Did this Queen of Swords, you were hanging on, but they walked away? Did you walk away? Was this not a fulfilling relationship, even though the cards depict that you were holding on to something that was clearly gone, right? But maybe to you, It wasn't gone. So Taurus, or is someone holding money for you? Could a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius be holding money for you? Right? Could there be money being given, a small amount being given for the purchase of a home? Are you moving in with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? And is this all about a home? Where you're living, who you're living with. And this was about a relationship that was, as you thought, dead and gone. Right? Literally walking away from it. But your higher self didn't walk away. So on a grander scale, let me just move this up so I'm not talking to on a grand scale, Taurus, you had closed the book on a relationship that's coming out of nowhere, back into your life. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, playing a significant role in some way, shape, or form in your life. And it looks like it's love. You stopped waiting. You stopped hoping. This was a relationship that was dead and buried, literally, but not from your end. Your higher self was saying it's not over until, it's over, right? You were waiting for a while for this Queen of Swords. Or this Queen of Swords has been waiting for you. Apply it as you will. And the Death card was something that was that you thought was just gone, comes out of the blue now. And again, now we're into the home again. So now we have the Four of Wands and the Palace of Wands. So were you or are you moving in with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius and saving money to do so? Were you hanging on to a relationship that was just, you thought was just never going to work, and now they're back? Maybe someone's coming to visit. I don't see that, but I heard it. Maybe you're going to visit someone's home. Someone you thought was never going to be part of your life again is here again. And you're hanging on truly to someone. You've been hanging on to someone. And here we have what? Judgment. So the universe has been conspiring for this relationship to somehow balance itself out. Interesting enough, the angels that are depicted here are like the four angels. They're feminine, right? And then the two on the outskirts here are masculine, right? So the masculine holds and is sturdy, and the feminine angels, the angels going circular in circular motion, are the ones, and of course this is the one, God, right, with the angel wings. So angels are conspiring to make whatever this is work for you. Whatever this is, or are you judging someone who you wanted to be with, and a relationship looks like it's dead and gone, but because of the differences, because there's so many differences and balance was needed. So maybe in January, that's what's going to happen. In January, this Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Taurus can come into your life out of the blue and set the tone for the year. Setting the tone meaning moving in together. Maybe you're saying, let's talk about our differences. Let's find the similarities, because I've been hanging on, you've been hanging on, or they've been hanging on to you. Maybe you're helping someone with a purchase of a home. Maybe you're selling a home. Maybe you need more money for a home that you've waiting on. Maybe you're lending someone money for a home, but it's also love here. There could be great love with someone who you're completely different with, and you're just helping someone who you really have great love for. It could be a soulmate that's just a friend. With the Two of Cups, I'm feeling it's more love-driven, though. I'm feeling like a real full-on relationship here. Okay? All right. The Palace of Cups is emotionally drained. Being emotionally drained. I'm also hearing you could have contacted a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in the month of December, and you've been holding on to the dream of it happening, and maybe it did not happen, where you did not connect with someone, right? For fear that you would be judged. And then it puts you in this emotional going back over what people would say, what people would think. Just too much. The decision was made. The decision was made to either see and or be with someone who's completely different than you. And cutting to the understanding that you're both very different and yet very similar. Palace of Swords, yeah. Just cutting it out and not seeing this person probably was someone had to make the judgment call to either not get together. I'm thinking that maybe you reached out to get together with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, and that didn't happen. And you thought, well, maybe that was their judgment call. They made that judgment call not to. You were hoping that it would change, that it would become something. Let's look. But yeah, the Seven of Swords is reversed. So the reason why it didn't happen, for those of you who this applies to, is because there were lies, deception, and deceit in the past. And this Queen of Swords will have nothing of the sort, for sure. So if this applies to you, Taurus, that you had a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or this is you playing out a relationship that you thought was long gone and dead, if you're revisiting this, know that this cannot take place in this relationship. This is a progression. These cards are a progression. I'm going to now stop at this card and get these clarifying cards as give me more to the story, okay? Let me get now more insight into the progression of the story as a clarifying of how is it going to turn out, how is it going to pan out, okay? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. These readings in January are going to be much longer. I am doing that as a thank you to each and every one of my subscribers. It will be also not only very informative, but also I'm pulling extra cards for the reading. So they're all going to be like an hour readings, which will take me a little while to upload, but it's okay because I want to, this is my thank you to each and every one of my beautiful subscribers. Okay, Taurus, what's happening here with this relationship? Someone definitely showed themselves as very different than, and someone does not want to go back to this. So the judgment call, that the judgment was made to not get together, to not do something, to not see each other, to not revisit something again. The judgment, I'm going to say that it was the Queen of Swords that decided it, just because she is the one after this card that comes out as making all the call was, let's not revisit this. We're really different. Anyway, you may be changing your perspective then about this, or someone may be changing their perspective about this relationship. But let's see the progression. Okay. Too many obstacles, too much. If you want this relationship to work, you're going to have to take a leap of faith. Okay, Taurus, if you want this to work, things would have to change. Your perspective about who this, you need to take the leap of faith, because this is you standing on the ledge saying, okay, well, I really, if you really want it that bad, then things would have to be, there would have to be changes. And one of the changes is, who was the one that was doing this? Who was trying to get away with something? Who was trying to get away with something in the relationship? And there could be just way too many obstacles for this relationship to grow. But let's see. I'm going to now put this down. All right. This one was the next card. You're aware of this. You know that the only way this relationship was going to work, and you can clearly see that this circle and this circle is, you know that the judgment call that either yourself made or someone else made about getting together, about seeing each other, about whatever it is, growing this relationship, right? Wanting this relationship, okay? And knowing the differences in this relationship brings to the forefront much chaos, even though someone didn't want to let it go. Someone wanted to, a risk would have to be taken for this to happen, and someone knew it. So the decision was made to not get together, to not buy into a property. There's a decision here where the Seven of Swords and the Tower is reversed. Someone said, I can lend you some money about a property also. Let me help you. And someone said, well, that could be a huge risk. I may not want to take that risk, right? Remember I talked about gambling. There's a gambling issue of, do you gamble a relationship to be with someone else? Do you gamble a property to buy another? Right? You may put in 4 coins, but you're not getting your money back. Right? You may be putting money into a property that you're not going to sell for what you think is its value. You may be getting less money for the property. Are you going to take that risk? No. Is someone else going to take that risk? No. So there's a lot of obstacles here because someone, trying to get more for your money, trying to get more out of you, right? There's the Tower now. So now it implodes. Here it is. It was reversed. But now, based upon the situation and the decision that this Queen of Swords or you made, or both of you made, someone made a decision, and I'm thinking it's the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords came in and said, you know what? I don't want to do this. I don't want to cut the deal. I don't want to get together again. I know that there's love here, but in order to do that, I need to be firmly secure on solid ground with what you're offering. And it's not solid ground because it just exploded. And that's what the Queen of Swords was feeling about this. about making this decision, if it's the Queen of Swords, or it could be you, but I'm feeling it's the Queen of Swords. I may be wrong. It's whatever applies to you. What I see in the cards is that a Queen of Swords made a very good judgment call because they didn't want to take the risk in getting together or reigniting a relationship. And you kind of knew it. This is you. You kind of knew it wasn't going to happen. Because this Gemini cuts out things that are not good for. And there were things that you weren't telling or they weren't telling you. So ultimately, it's like the playing field is on even ground right now. And, you know, the love may still be there, but at the end of the day, it was going to take, and it would be a huge risk for someone to gamble on this relationship, be it love and or money, or both. Okay? Let me get one more card. Progression. For Taurus, choose wisely. Yes. So, what brings you peace of mind? Does the risk outweigh? Is this the shakeup that you want in your life? Are you taking a chance? Are you taking a chance to get out of one thing into another? Is the risk too great to bear? Taurus, only you can decide that, yeah? The bottom of this deck is the crown. So your crown chakra, being that you have all these cards here, especially this one, I'm being drawn to this card right here with this, all right? Was the knowing and the clarity and the truth being revealed from the start? Are you obsessively thinking about why this didn't work out? Are you confused as to why it didn't work out? Are you being narrow-minded? Because you and I both see that this Seven of Swords was very real at some point in this relationship that we're talking about. Who's trying to get away with what? And this is all about your crown chakra. It's a number 7. So the crown chakra is like, what holds the truth here? Who's not telling the truth here? Who is withholding information? Now the relationship has transformed into what? Hopefully into a better place. Hopefully into a place where the truth does lie. The awareness, becoming aware of someone who has transformed and is no longer setting the tone as they used to be. This person that you're dealing with, be it a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, right, is not the same person that you knew them to be. Are you the one that is not clear and truthful? Are you confused with the knowing that this wasn't going to happen? It wasn't going to pan out. Someone has transformed. Someone's too scared to take the risk. Hello. Right? So this is the card. Someone's too afraid of going back to something that there were lies, deceit, deception. Not even telling the truth is deception. Right? Deceiving self. Were you deceiving yourself, thinking that this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius was going to come back to you like full on? Right? Are you trapped in fear because you can't take the risks? You can't make the calls. You can't gamble on a situation. Are you going to take the risk? Wow, Taurus, look at this. Are you going to take this risk? Are you doing something out of the blue for the love of love? Interesting. Are you too scared to do it? Who lied and what went down? All right, Taurus, that's the real deal here. Who lied in a relationship? Doesn't have to be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but this feminine energy is right here. Who is scared to go ahead into a relationship that they're very clearly aware of who they are? Now, I say it's them because, look, to be aware is to speak your truth in love. Is someone hiding something from you? Have you changed your perspective? Are you in limbo about a relationship that you wanted so bad? But it can only happen if you're not scared to take the leap of faith. You can't sit here and say, well, I'm just going to kind of like, I'm going to feel it out. I'm going to check out my options. You don't check out your options with a Queen of Swords. It just doesn't happen. She will cut you out because she's aware of that happening. So someone had to make a choice as to a love situation. Someone has spiritually progressed and maybe spiritually become aware of their own self-worth, self-value. And either that's you or this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius you're dealing with. But the awareness is that someone now has lifted up their spirituality. They've gone through a paradigm shift. They're not the same as they used to be. So you're not going to get the same person, or they're not going to get the same person that they knew. Because someone was withholding information, at some point lying, potentially just to save their own selves, right? So to bring this back into the forefront was like the angels might have just saved you and or them from choosing the wrong way. Someone was or is too scared to take the leap of faith for this love relationship. Or it could be a relationship about buying a property, selling a property, giving someone money for a property, and someone says, I'm balancing out, here's the horizon, and this is the balance that I talked about here in the beginning. Someone is balancing their life out now and not saying or being the same person as they were before. Someone's not taking the same risks as before. They're making different judgment calls for themselves. That could be you, Aries. Oh, I said Aries. You could be dealing with an Aries as well, Taurus. Or you could have that in your moon and or rising sign, or Venus. Because we are talking here about awareness of love and leveling up. So this has taught you a huge lesson. If this is you or the other person, this whole love relationship has taught you, to not go through this again. It could just be withholding information that in the past, right? It could just be. The relationship was about that at some point. All right. All right. Let's look at love here. For Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Love for January 2020. I'm going to pull 3 or 4 cards, okay? So some of you are going to are going to try and you're going to take the leap of faith. Some of you are going to say, I want to get to know you again because I don't know who you are anymore. Getting to know each other means that you're reconnecting with someone that you had a relationship with prior to, but they're not the same person. They're not the same person as you knew them to be at one time. They've leveled up. They've transformed. Do you understand? They're different. They're not, you do need to get to know someone all over again. If this is a love relationship, then take the leap of faith. Because it's saying you may just want to do that. You may want to get into this relationship because you have a lot of love for someone. Are you going to take the leap of faith? That's the question. Are you going to take the leap of faith, Taurus? Stay optimistic. Well, it's all about do not idolize anyone. I see this as idolizing as well. Love yourself. Keep the faith. And see this as a chance to reignite something that you really want. But don't idolize anyone, right? We're all here to learn about each other. And listen. I'm hearing you should listen more than you should speak if you want answers. Oh my God. Taurus, are you kidding me? This could be the one? Wow. All right, so Taurus, hang on to your hat because a lot of you are going to take the leap of faith because you know this is your person. And you're going to open up. You're going to tell them everything. Maybe disclose some information about who you are so that they can see. Hold on, because I have to do this. So that they can become aware of who you are and how much love you are holding within yourself for this person. You may not be sharing how much you really love this person, right? And how much you really, you're going to share your feelings with this person. Whereas before, this card, Seven of Swords reversed, could be that you just weren't telling anyone how you felt about them. And now it's coming out of the blue. You're going to just blurt it all out. I'm going to tell you everything now. Make the effort. It's about trust. It's about loyalty. It's about innocence. And that's what we gain. That's what we gain when we don't put people on pedestals, right? We don't allow others to be not on the same playing field, right? So once someone balances out, because that's what this hangman is doing, is also not only waiting, and also changing your perspective, but balancing. This is a balancing act. Yoga. Try and do a headstand and see how hard it is, a handstand. In yoga, we do this. So you're balancing out this relationship because you really feel, Taurus, in your heart and soul that you want this. Even though you're different. You're like night and day. But it doesn't matter to you. Because there's love, and that is the glue. The glue is love. So this could be the one, and you are going to make the effort. Even though the Queen of Swords may have made the decision not to go, if this is someone you know already, which it says you do know this person. If that Queen of Swords made the judgment call not to get back into a situation that could be detrimental to the information she's not aware of. She meaning the feminine Queen of Swords. I'm just saying, if that is external to you, then this Queen of Swords made the decision not to take the leap of faith for clear reasons of it's not going to go well. And there's going to be a Tower moment, which there is. All right, I'm being told to put the romance oracles down and go back to the Tarot of Dream cards, and I need one card for the Tower. I need a clarifying. Now, this is a clarifying card to how it went down, how the disruption happened. Can I just get one card? Hold on. One card for how the Tower went down. Look at it was lies, deceits. I'm going to take one more card. One more, please, for the disruption right here. Look at it's mother and child. So there was no growth. The relationship, if this is a past relationship, it ended because there was no growth in a relationship with a partner. You could not grow this relationship because why? Because there were things that were hidden to this woman who is with child. This could be a single mother, right? This Queen of Swords could be this could be a single mother who you were not being, someone was not giving all the information, so a Tower moment happened. And that's what happened with that. I've got to turn on the lights. Hold on. Okay, Taurus. So that's what happened. Things were not disclosed. Things were not disclosed. Things that were hidden had not been talked about. So this Queen of Swords kind of knew it. This Queen of Swords figured out that whatever it was, or you're just not, if this is in your natal chart, the Queen of Swords, any Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is in your chart, Taurus, you're dealing with, you're not showing anyone your cards. You're not taking any gamble. You're not taking risks on relationships, but but you have transformed. You are different now. You have leveled up, and you want the growth and the abundance for you to, move ahead in your life. And if this is external to you, which I feel very significantly that it is, that maybe something out of the blue, maybe you're going to make the effort and just out of the blue start talking to someone to share that which you were not sharing before. Something's happening here with a relationship that you're very much love with this Queen of Swords. And this could be the one. So someone's going to, in order for this relationship to flourish and to become that which it needs to become from the universe, bringing it to you, you need to reevaluate how badly you want it. Are you going to take that leap of faith and go for it? Okay, so now hold on. Thank you. I just wanted to shut my my blinds. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in two different readings, one being my beautiful Rumi cards. Now this card is going to be for the year for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And then I'm going to bring in the Journey of Love cards for the year. But before I do that, I forgot, I want to get one card from the Ascended Master and Archangels to give us one card about this beautiful reading, Taurus. It looks like you have great love for someone, and it's going to take a lot. It's going to take you to get really, to set the tone and to bring out information that was not, you did not disclose to someone, and you want to because you really care about this person. Okay? You've been in limbo about this for a while. You've been thinking about it, doing it, and you didn't want it. You did not want to see this end. Whatever ended here, or what, someone's completely a different person than what you thought, and it's not bad. Maybe you've changed, and now you're like saying, I'm going to take the leap of faith because I know this person is for me. So you're going to bring yourself to, to do that. Now, as for others, the judgment call was made. Someone wanted to avoid a tower moment from happening, but the tower happened because the judgment was made not to maybe see you, or not to reconcile, or not to go back to something that was not going to grow. But maybe you feel it has potential. We get into relationships where we know, sorry, I'm playing with my hair. We know that people have great potential when we meet relationships, when we are in love. We think to ourselves, when you have these two, come on. You have these two cards here. You're looking at clearly someone being exactly the person for you, right? But you still, because, Taurus, you get a little set in your ways. You may just feel like, oh, it's just an illusion. Oh, I would have to really, this would be a huge leap of faith for me to take if I were to do this, because all the odds are against me. Even though the angels are saying, if you want this relationship to grow, all you have to do is change it up. Change how you look at this relationship. Change how others are looking at you. Maybe this Queen of Swords needs information, more information to get to the bottom of something that you had they had no idea that you felt. The Seven of Swords reversed doesn't mean that it's bad. It could mean that there was deception in the past. And that's why this Queen of Swords may have decided not, or to make the judgment call not to be with you. But maybe you need to take it a step further, and maybe you need to say, well, wait a second. There's stuff that you don't know that I really need to tell you because I think you're the one. You have to make that call. All right. Archangels, Ascended Masters. Let's get one card for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for January. It's this card, Inner Strength. That's exactly what you need here. You need the passion within your heart. This looks just like the Empress. The passion remains in your heart to grow this relationship, Taurus, from the ground up, through the innocence of getting to know each other again, not idolizing someone, but knowing someone could very well be your person. So what are you going to do? The card reads, Bridget says, move back to wholeness and recognize that you have the power. So the wholeness comes in to play as this. the masculine and the feminine, the yin and the yang. Balancing it out through what? Through passion. Through the passion of growth, love, healing, and abundance. Someone leveled up. Someone is very different than you. But if you want something bad enough, Bridget says you need the strength to go for it. You need to just go for it. Honestly. All right, Taurus, it's up to you. Or it's you finding the strength to deal with your becoming whole, and you're now meeting someone. If you haven't met someone, it could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius coming in out of the blue to disrupt maybe your whole situation because you never saw it coming. Maybe you just had no idea how much someone who's coming into your life in January is going to mean to you. And what are you going to do? You're going to take the leap of faith or not? Well, Bridget says, use your heart and bring out the passion that will solidify this union into becoming what it is, the one. So you guys could be meeting the one in the month of, like I said, I'm giving you different scenarios because it's different. Everyone's situation is not the same, right? Even when you have someone whose birthday is the exact same as someone else, your time of birth is different in your natal chart, as is because of the time of your birth, it's also your sun. Your sun may be Taurus, but your moon and rising sign is different, right? All right, let's get a Rumi card for the beautiful Taurus. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. For the year. Now, this Rumi card is for the year 2020 for Taurus. What is the main storyline that Rumi would like to impart to Taurus? Sun, moon, rising, and Venus. It's this one. Taurus, the angel Razbar, and this is a number 9. 9 meaning light worker. This person you're dealing with, Taurus, I'm telling you, this person you're dealing with that's giving you inner strength to go forward is a light worker. Okay, number 9. Number 9 is our light worker number. It's different for me with the Oracle. Number 27 is a 9. Sorry. Let me get to 27. Okay, so the angel Razbar says, tell me the truth. See? Tell me the truth. I asked love, what are you? I am the everlasting life, love said. I am the recurring joy of living. The oracle reads that this precious gift of true silence, I'll just read a few little highlights here. The true silence is peace, which you can see on the card is peace. It's the living experience of the eternal love of the divine that asks nothing but to be received and gives of itself unconditionally. True love. Okay, let's see what else this oracle brings the message of reassurance that you are making progress and indeed on the right path, Taurus. Although it may not unfold exactly as you anticipate, it will indeed unfold. You are making a positive impact in the world more than you consciously realize, and you are asked, therefore, to continue and not to give up. Do not turn back. Just continue. That's important for you to say, to hear. And all is well. So in the year 2020, Taurus, you are being asked to not give up, to go for it. All is well. Don't lose sight of the goal. This is your goal. Okay. Roomies are my number one card favorites. The second is the Journey of Love cards. Let's see for Taurus for the year 2020 for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is the message for the beautiful Taurus people, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the year 2020 being that of all balanced relationships and such in our home life, moving in together, what have you. Oh, wow, look. The choice, right? The choice is yours. We did say that. The choice is yours. It's a number 62. It's an 8. What does that mean? The universe is offering you the choice to choose love on a grand scale. The choice. I am going to read it because it's not as long as Rumi's cards. There's a choice that needs to be made. You are aware of it already, or it's coming to your awareness very soon. Embrace the unknown and say yes. Oh my God, that's funny. You have the opportunity to enrich your world, to receive, and therefore to be able to share much more. If anxiety or fear arises, guilt or shame, treat it as the cleansing of your emotional waters as they receive so much more inflow from the divine ocean. Let the old layers rise to the surface of your awareness to be washed away. What seems to be so much in the context of your own emotional waters is not so much at all when compared to that of what the great ocean is capable of holding. So let the divine ocean take the old, wash it away from you, and replenish you with the new, which this could be a new relationship, definitely a new relationship coming to you, or renewing a relationship that at one time was significant to you, that you may serve life all the better. This oracle brings you guidance that it's safe to choose now. There is no wrong choice, just a choice that resonates with your heart, right? Obviously. It is challenging you. That's this. What is the challenge? You have to take the leap of faith. It is challenging you, and that is an opportunity for you to let the divine cleanse and lift you into the vibration where you feel at peace with your choice, where you can accept the grace that it will bring to you. Do this now. It's your time to step up, make your life easier on yourself, and open to love in a more trusting way. So it is about a trust issue, which you can see from here. This is about trust. Okay, come now, the divine is calling you to play. The poem here reads, our lives are measured in choices we have made along the path we call living. Each compass point a possibility, each step an opportunity. Seemingly random, each decision moves us inexorably in a direction, both unknown and yet somehow very familiar. For upon reflection, the strength we find in choosing, or the surrender of letting all unfold, leads us to the place we started from, where we made that first choice to be here again. It's a beautiful card, beautiful reading, Taurus. I want to wish each and every one of you a very blessed new year. a time where you have the ability to clean the slate in your life and make the choice to do so, to be happy, and find the love within yourself to share and show the world who you are. I also want to let you know that I will be expanding my website. Athena1muse.com is up and running. I do want to include some other things which I'm working on for the year. I'm going to be not only selling my shirts, my t-shirts, my visionary t-shirts and sweatshirts. I can also purchase hats, what have you, mugs. I will include those in my website. There's also going to be extended readings coming in for the year for me. I am expanding my self to you in various other ways, as extended readings, as I'm going to be including some podcasts that I want to share with you. It might be so I can continue the channel. It might just call for a subscription or just a donation. Okay. Also, I'm hoping if there is anyone, know that I am a biofeedback practitioner and I can clear your energy fields, any blockages that you have within your physical energy chakras. I clear those through my biofeedback machine. I also emotionally can help cleanse you and purify you. I do biofeedback through remote healing. So all I do is, it's a phone conversation. I take some information down from you. I reassess and look into what is I can even look at past life information and why and how you think and do the things that you do through this computer. So it really does lend itself to help heal your mind, body, and soul from a place where you can grow and become spiritually level up, right, and grow. It will help you if that is indeed something that you're hoping to gain. I can heal your body, like knee pain, back pain, whatever it is, headaches. I have the ability to do acupuncture as well, and sound healing, vibrational sound healing through music as well. Everything is done remotely here on my computer. And I also am available for tarot readings and even a quick message, a text message reading for you, one question or what have you. Okay, I give you in-depth insight via email and or phone, whichever you prefer. I will be also providing a membership only group for the year 2020. So I am offering my services and going further into my services for all of you. I want to thank each and every one of you who subscribe, and even those of you who come to visit my channel. If you choose to subscribe, thank you, and ring the bell for any future readings that I do. I will be also adding to my website podcasts, random podcasts of information of my journey, so that you can relate and maybe learn from. By the end of 2020, I would like for me to meet some of you. If you're in the Los Angeles area, I would also like to do some traveling and go to different sites, cities, to do like meet and greets. So that is these are just goals for me to give to you. Okay? Be blessed. I send you love. And if there's anything I can do for you, I'm here. Okay, bye.